From Bloomberg World Headquarters in New York, this is In the Loop with Betty Loop.
Can Facebook, back to this company, defy its critics after its IPO and the tumble in its stock? We'll find out how the social media giant can monetize its massive user base. Well, joining me now is Digitas Social Marketing Director Jordan Bitterman, one of the largest digital ad networks in the world. Jordan, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
And, you know, we've been watching, of course, the Facebook stock, and there's various reasons why, you know, you've seen it taking a tumble. But one of the questions that gets raised fundamentally is that it's seeing its advertising growth slow. And so how are they going to continue to monetize this? Does a lot of that have to do with mobile?
Yeah, mobile's a part of it. We're sort of in very early innings of mobile advertising space. I saw some numbers just a few days ago that suggested that last year we were about $1.5 billion in mobile advertising. By 2016, we'll be looking at close to, I think, about $11 billion.
Okay.
So Facebook is going to be a huge player in that space from day one. Day one has already happened, but we really aren't there yet. By example, web video, which is a larger piece of business, although still growing, is only at about $3 billion. So you can see where mobile fits in the whole scheme of things. The lion's share of their monetization is still happening on Facebook.com itself.
On their website.
On their website.
Essentially. Okay, but there's more that they could be doing on their website as well to monetize.
Right. I mean, there's a few things that they probably have in their roadmap right now that we'll be hearing about over the next 12 to 18 months. One is a better search product. So if you think about the way you find things on Facebook right now, you're basically sort of scrolling around discovering there is a search engine there, but it's probably not adequate enough to service 900 million users.
So they need a better search engine.
Well, a better search engine, but importantly from a monetization perspective, once they have a better search engine on their site, they can monetize that functionality.
Okay.
So as users search around for content on Facebook, marketers could buy search results that exist right there. Another place that they could go in monetization is going off the Facebook network entirely. So similar to what Google did a number of years ago with AdSense, which is essentially an ad network that lives off of Google. Facebook could do the same thing, and they could do a rev share then with third-party ad sellers. And when they layer in the interest graph information that they know about you on Facebook, the things that you like, the friends you're with, that data then makes that advertising more compelling and more valuable.
Well, and that leads me to actually an interview that Larry Page, the CEO of Google, did with Charlie Rose last night, which we're going to show a clip of in a little bit. But basically, you know, he talks about how Facebook has all this personal data, right? And obviously that's very key for advertisers. But he's saying that Facebook holds this user data hostage and doesn't allow others to integrate with it, which would not only improve other businesses, but also improve the use of Facebook as well. What do you say to that?
Well, Facebook is probably the largest walled garden, so to speak, that we have seen in the digital space since probably AOL, back in the day of You've Got Mail. And it's obviously much larger than AOL ever was at that time. And so the data that they have, they've made a decision similar to Apple and the way Apple has always operated, that they're going to wait to allow people to build on top of it, to utilize that data for other third-party revenue sources until they figure out exactly what they want their game plan to be. So
it worked for Apple, didn't work so much for AOL.
Right.
So for Facebook, is it going to work for them?
I believe at some point you will see that they pull back from that and they find a way to allow that data to sort of take flight and monetize it in other places.
Also, Jordan, we wake up every morning with one story or another about, some company that soured on Facebook. Last week actually it was, we were talking about GM and how they decided to take their advertising off of Facebook. And this morning there's a story in the Journal about a gaming company has decided to stop putting their games on Facebook. I mean, is that a worry for some of these advertisers?
I don't think too much. I think generally speaking, we're at an inflection point for Facebook. There's a lot of news around the company. I think you're going to hear a lot of noise that's going to be coming, bubbling up through news organizations, blogs, et cetera, that go kind of bearish on Facebook. Generally speaking, ROI heretofore has been pretty good on Facebook. Marketers look at a number of things. We look at everything from awareness to engagement to purchase. It's been effective. There's one area that they need to keep their eye on right now, which is back in September, they introduced the concept to marketers of their algorithm called EdgeRank, which instead of in your news feed just seeing things in reverse chronological order like we do on Twitter, EdgeRank algorithm now filters out the content that the algorithm thinks you may not want to see in favor of the stuff you do want to see. In March at their marketer conference, they introduced an ad product to monetize EdgeRank called Reach Generator. So the idea is if you're a marketer and you've had 1 million people following you, by Facebook's own numbers now you only have 160,000 of them who actually see your posts all the time. Reach Generator is a way for them to sell you back the other 840,000 advertisers. That's going to be a little bit of a dissatisfier to marketers that they have to be careful about. They might have to walk that back a little bit before too long.
Okay, very interesting. All right, thank you so much, Jordan. Really appreciate it. Jordan Bitterman from Digitas. And coming up, comedian Jim Gaffigan knows a thing or two also.